Bad Bunny now claims 3 of the 4 #1 Spanish-language albums in U.S. chart history. Bad Bunny's Natty Sablo, Que Virginia a Pasar Mañana is his 3rd consecutive #1 record. By Thania Garcia. Bad Bunny's Natty Sablo, Que Virginia a Pasar Mañana is his 3rd consecutive #1 record. Though the year is beginning to draw to a close, Bad Bunny is gearing up for his grand return, starting with the feat of his latest trap-leaning Natty Sablo, Que Virginia a Pasar Mañana, becoming the #1 album in the United States. The reggaeton star claims his 3rd consecutive #1 this week with 184,000 units sold, according to data provided by Luminate. Bunny is solely responsible for 3 of the 4 all-Spanish-language albums to have ever hit the top of the all-genre-inclusive albums chart. Carol's Mañana Ser Bonito joined the list earlier this along with hosting and performing on Saturday Night Live. This past weekend, Bunny's Natty came attached to a North American tour announcement, the first sign of ramped-up activity in the coming year after claiming 2023 as his year of rest. Bunny scored his first chart-topping album, and the first ever all-Spanish-language record to go #1, in 2020 with his El Ultimo Tour del Mundo. Natty served as the follow-up to his prior release, 2022 single Es un verano sin ti, which became the top-charting album of the year, topping the Billboard 200 for 13 non-consecutive weeks. Where Un Verano opened with 274,000 units, Natty opened with 184,000 units, fueled mostly by its 240 million streams. Since Natty was only available to purchase as a digital download album, it sold 7,500 copies. Its arrival dethroned Drake's For All the Dogs, which, like Bunny's Natty, was propelled by its impact on streaming, although Drake's numbers were far larger since he had the biggest streaming week of 2023 for any album. For All the Dogs sits at No. 2 this week with the equivalent of 164,000 album units sold. Only one single off Bunny's Natty appears in the top 10 of the Hot 100, the Charles Aznavour sampling Monaco at No. 5. Monaco is also the #1 single on Billboard's Global 200 chart. There are a couple of new releases at the top of Billboard 200 this week. Tomorrow X Together's The Name Chapter, Free Fall, lands at No. 3 with 114,500 units. Offset's long-awaited Set It Off debuts at No. 5 with 70,000 units earned. The remainder of the top 10 is occupied by repeats like Zach Bryan's self-titled record, which lifts from No. 5 to No. 4 due to the album's release on vinyl and CD. Elsewhere, Morgan Wallen's One Thing at a Time is at No. 6. Rod Wave's Nostalgia is at No. 7. Taylor Swift's Lover is at No. 8, while her latest original release Midnights is at No. 9. Closing out the top 10 albums this week is Olivia Rodrigo's Guts. As for singles, Swift's Lover returned to the top of the chart this week, 4 years after its release. Lover occupies the #1 slot, while Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red climbs back up to No. 2. And as for singles, Swift's Lover returned to the top of the chart this week, 4 years after its release. Lover occupies the #1 slot, while Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red climbs back up to No. 2. And She's Snooze is No. 3. Drake's Ejaf, feature Hunyat, is at No. 4 on the Hot 100 a week after it debuted at No. 2, while last week's former chart leader, Drake and J. Cole's First-Person Shooter, slips to No. 8. Luke Combs' Fast Car is at No. 7. And 2 of Wallen's singles from One Thing at a Time returned to the top 10 this week. Last Night is at No. 9. And Thinking About Me rounds out the list at No. 10.